Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Ultimate Bucket List, and on today's show, I'm here in the Texan city of Dallas. They say that everything is bigger in Texas, and that's certainly the case here in Dallas. The city is absolutely huge, but navigating the downtown area is actually quite straightforward. I suppose the first thing I better tell you about is this. The Reunion Tower, arguably Dallas's most famous landmark. Yes, it looks like a big ball on a stick, but when you actually go to it, it looks like the lobby of a hotel. And once you've meandered the lift, you get a 360-degree view of the city of Dallas. And it's quite a stunning view. You can see the sheer scale of this place from right here at the top, and I highly recommend that you pay the extra money to go up to the observation deck, because you get some fantastic photo and video opportunities. You can also eat and drink here whilst overlooking downtown, but to be honest, there's plenty of places along downtown that you can eat. Yes, I know this is a Hooters and they're everywhere, but this is just one example of a number of cuisines that you can actually have once you're here in Dallas. I highly recommend sampling all the different culinary foods such as Tex-mex and barbecue. Definitely the barbecue if you get a chance to do it. And whilst you're here in downtown, I highly recommend coming here, the American Airlines Center. This is home to two of Dallas's famous sports teams, the Dallas Stars, who play ice hockey, and the Dallas Mavericks, who play basketball. If you're willing to drive further afield, travel to AT&T Stadium and watch the Dallas Cowboys. Their most famous football team, and arguably the most famous team in all of America. I actually made a separate video about it right here. But back to downtown, and exploring some of the cool and quirky buildings that you'll find here in downtown Dallas. There's plenty of things to do here, such as this, the Dallas World Aquarium, but if you want to go to any of the museums, you might have a hard time if it's a Monday, because most of the museums, for some reason, close on a Monday here in Dallas. So if you do want to go to the Dallas Museum of Art, the History Museum, etc., more often than not, they actually close on a Monday, so bear that in mind if you are visiting this city. But even if the museums are closed, walk around the city and you'll find lots of interesting architecture, the Dallas Arboretum for example, which is very pretty, and there's lots of food trucks that line various streets. Believe it or not, this street is actually famous for all of its food trucks. Once again, spend some time in the Dallas World Aquarium if you can. Yes, it's an aquarium, but quite a nice one. Dallas is also famous for the TV show of the same name. And once again, I made a separate video about it right here on my channel if you do want to visit South Fork Ranch. But if you're short on time and you want to see Dallas all in one stop, I highly recommend getting on one of the bus tours, because they basically show you around everything, including the Dealey Plaza. This is the famous building where Lee Harvey Oswald assassinated President John F. Kennedy, and this X on the road literally marks the spot where he was shot. But if murder isn't your thing, try and meander around some of its parks, because there's some interesting statues, such as this park, which is full of steel longhorns. And check out this kid doing pull-ups on it. He's got better upper body strength than me. But it's a nice park to walk around. Okay guys, if you do come here to Dallas, you'll come across a few strange things. For example, this eye. Now I have no idea why there's a giant eye kind of sat in the middle of the field somewhere, but it's an eye. If you want a slice of cowboy culture, I highly recommend driving for an hour across to neighbouring Fort Worth. Check out the Fort Worth stockyards. Once again, I made a separate video about it right here on my channel, but I highly recommend that you do this as part of a trip to Dallas. But if you do hang around downtown, wait till nightfall, because the city glows up like a Christmas tree. No, seriously, it really does look like this. It's one of the prettiest cities I've been to at night, and I highly recommend just wandering around. You'll be absolutely safe because most people carry guns, you'll be fine, and absorb some of the nighttime culture that Dallas has to offer. Okay Nin, I'm sold. What do I do? Well, you need to get here to the city of Dallas. From Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, it's literally about 20 miles to downtown, and unfortunately, you're mostly going to have to drive because this is a big place, and you probably can't get to many places without a car. There's plenty of rental companies that are around that you can hire a car from, and I highly recommend this as your main mode of transport. The cost to do these things? Well, the cost of Dallas was actually quite reasonable. Attractions are reasonable, sports events are reasonable, and it's actually one of the more cost-effective cities I've been to here in the United States. Is there anything else I need to know? Yes, Texans are extremely friendly, so don't be suspicious if a Texan is very, very nice to you. But be warned, because quite a lot of them carry guns. It doesn't mean that they're all terrorists, it just means that open carry and concealed carry are perfectly legal here in the state of Texas. If you have enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Comment on the comment section below, and if I get enough suggestions for more bucket list ideas, feel free to tweet at me of course, I'll go ahead and do that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.